In coaching news tonight, Adrian Wojnarowski reports the Milwaukee Bucks are set to hire Mike Budenholzer as their next head coach. An agreement is in place to bring in Coach Bud, who came to an agreement with Atlanta to part ways after 5 seasons with the Hawks. Former coach of the year will now take over a team that won 44 games last season and took the Celtics to 7 games. What do you think of the fit?
I think it's good for him. I think he's a smart choice. You got an up-and-coming team. You got a great player in Giannis. You got some good ancillary players in Middleton and those guys. So you got a playoff team. So it's definitely a step up right now from where Atlanta is and where Milwaukee is.
You think of the I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great fit for Milwaukee in terms of the way Bud's teams in Atlanta played offensively. That could suit this group very well.
That's exactly what I was going to ask.
See, look at that. We're here.
Great minds. Let's take a look at tonight's shot chart presented by Kaiser Permanente. Here's Kevin Durant's work in Game 1, 3 of 6 from three-point range. That's a great sign considering he's still shooting under 30% from 3 for the postseason. There's been a lot of talk about Houston's habit of running isolation plays, but 27 of KD's 37 points Monday came via ISO. Mid-range ISO may not be new age hoops, but when the player involved is Durant, what's to be done about it?
Well, Griff and I was back in the back talking about some of the things you can tweak. First of all, we talked about Trevor Ariza, got to stay out of foul trouble. He's got to be on Durant most of the minutes. Second, if the talk is to get Clint Capella some size and more athleticism on Durant, then you got to sit down and talk to Clint Capella and demonstrate. One thing Griff and I talked about, Matt, was maybe with KD, with a big guy, you're going to be in your stance because he's so worried about getting beat off the dribble to move his feet. Maybe you can shade him and you can get on that right hand and you can kind of play him like this so that when he goes up to shoot, you're already in a contest position because you're not going to go from here to here before he shoots the ball. So it's a lot of little things that they can do. First of all, Trevor Ariza got to stay out of foul trouble. Second, try not to switch as much. If whoever's that primary defender on Kevin Durant, you have him on him for a reason because you feel like he gives you the best chance. Well, then, if you're going to switch it, then it doesn't do you any good. So you got to try to keep that primary defender on Durant, and you got to put him in situations where he's playing against the shot clock. When you give him 8, 9, 10, 11 seconds on the shot clock to work his magic, that's too much time. You got to let him catch the ball with 4 or 5 seconds. So now as a defender, I know I got that shot clock in my pocket as an extra defender.
Well, you know going into the game, Kevin Durant is going to wind up with some number of significant points.
Right.
How do you make those points less impactful?
Well, I think a big part of it, and Mike D'Antoni talked about, we can withstand that. I think that's true. You're limited in the various different things you can throw at him because you can't let Steph Curry get going and you can't let Klay Thompson get going. So I think being sound to the principles you have is key. I think the first thing, as you said, is Trevor doesn't get in foul trouble. One of the things that you'd like to be able to do, though, is change the feel for him of where he's getting his space from. If you can get into his space early and dictate his first dribble, maybe that helps a little bit. And that requires that you put different defenders on him all the time. Well, that's really difficult against Golden State because you need that defender on Klay or you need that defender on Steph. So I think part of the reasons he says he can live with that is they really don't have a choice. And the metrics tell them that if you can get somebody to take a preponderance of mid-range shots, they will miss enough of them that we can be efficient enough offensively to get past them.
Right, and that's the analytics of it,
That's the most important thing.
Yeah. Man,
they weren't efficient offensively.
You cannot let him get you in that triple threat. Once he faces up and puts you in that triple threat and rocks that defender back, you're in trouble. To me, I would get up on a guy like Durant and try to make him turn to the side or his back to me. Now when he puts the ball on the floor, he's going east and west and not north to south. And now I can gauge when he comes to that jump stop, I can time that contest. But if you let him square you up, you're already beat because when he jabs you off at 6'11", you're this far back. And when he fades back and shoots, on television it looks like you're contesting, but in real life, that shot is way gone before you even get your hands up.